Okie dokes, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully my mouse sports intro thingy-majiggy is a little bit quieter now. If it is, then fantastic. And we do have Cybernation's KenZy going to be spawning over here as the yellow Zergy down in the bottom right-hand corner. And up to the top right, we do have TypeReaL going to be spawning here as the orange Protoss. So awesome, awesome stuff. PvZ action on one of the classic PvZ maps. Tal'Darim Altar, and straight away, why do people put pylons? I guess, okay, to a certain degree, if you're wanting to wall it off fully, putting a pylon in this wall is sort of a necessity if you need that wall off eventually. So I guess putting your initial pylon there is no problem. But, you know, we do see a lot of pylons here in order to be able to really wall this off. And, you know, you can use a Zealot in order to be able to help that wall off out. But for the most part, you do normally see Forge, Gateway, Cybernetics Core, and then a pylon if you want to wall off it fully. And now, the reason I actually like a pylon over here a little bit more than a pylon over here is the fact that if your opponent decides to do something like a Roach Buster, things like that, this pylon here is a little bit more vulnerable than this pylon here. Reason being, this pylon's in the back or whatever, as opposed to this pylon here, which is way, you know, I mean, you can be shot from all the way over here, whereas Roaches would have to go all the way over here to be able to hit a pylon if they wanted to. So that is the reason I don't like pylons in a wall, or, well, I mean, in this wall specifically at least. Okay, so we have spawning pool and gas going down for Mr. KenZy right now. Looks like he will be able to establish an expansion anytime soon as well. As Mr. Real does come in here and scout, and now this is always super important as well, the double scout as a Protoss on this map. You do see the initial probe going over here, then going down here, and then once that forge goes down, that probe that made the forge actually scouts down to this third location in order to be able to make sure your opponent isn't doing anything too ridiculous. Because if they are doing something like a 6-pull on this map, you need to know about it very, very early on in order to be able to either try and wall this whole wall off, which can be sometimes be a pain, or put a pylon down here, put a cannon down, and then just kind of reset your tech and just go from there. So for now, he has gone for Nexus. He saw his opponent's spawning pool timing and is very, very confident about getting this down. KenZy does scout out the front of the base and sees this, what I would call a very, very flimsy wall right now. So, and he does complete the wall. I really don't like that wall. I really do not like it, but, you know, I'm not the pro. These guys are the pros. So for now, we do have the hatch going down for Mr. KenZy, and you know, let's not you know get any kind of ideas here. I love Real. I think Real's awesome. I love watching Real, but I just do not like this wall. I think there's so much vulnerability in this wall. So we do have a photon cannon going down. Hopefully he's not going to metagame too hard and go for maybe a second photon cannon, as one photon cannon is risky. Risky stuff. Protoss that want to cut corners go for one cannon. Meanwhile, what do we have going on? A very quick layer. Oh, there's going to be a Nidus Worm. There's so going to be a Nidus Worm. Where's he going to put the Nidus Worm? Where's it going to go? Could go here. Could go here if he doesn't put any coverage on it. Could quite easily just go at the front here and absolutely brutalize the entirety of this front of the wall. But there's so going to be a Nidus Worm. Second gas going down relatively quickly. This is Nidus. This is Nidus. I don't care what you say, it's Nidus. So, what will we have? For now, Real isn't actually going to have that many units. Like, he's going to have a sentry. He's going to have a sentry, and, you know, that's alright. That's fine. We have Zerglings on the way. There we go. There's the Nidus where you know. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, so Nidus going down for KenZy, and where's he gonna put it? Nice pylon placement. Will deny any kind of Nidus placement going on here. But even is he gonna have enough units out? I think he will do. So it's interesting to know what he's gonna go for with this Nidus. Is he gonna go for just pure Zergling, or is he gonna go for some Hydras? I think for now he's just going to stick with pure Zergling, as he does have the all rallied to there. Where's he going to put it? Is he going to put it in the back? I think he's going to put it. He's so going to put it here. I'm just going to chill out here for now. Where's the Nidus? Ah! Oh dear me. Okay, so how brutal, how horribly brutal! The Nidus Worm is going to pop, and Mr. TypeReaL is not going to know anything about it. He could go crashing out of the tournament right now, and we do have the Sentry's on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Kale. I don't know why you're thanking me, but the Zerglings do flood in. They don't even have speed! Oh my good god, this was the quickest Nidus Worm of all time. He saved so much gas in order to be able to get this out as quickly as he possibly could do. That is so many Zerglings right now. He doesn't really have the force to be able to deal with it. All the probes coming off the line from both bases here. Force fields do go down, trying to deal with this as best he can. But this is brutal to the extreme. More Zerglings could quite easily pour out. Right now, 20 workers have been killed here for KenZy, and that is fantastic, fantastic play. Oh dear me. So he will be able to shark around and kill off this if he decides to. Do we have more Zerglings out? If he just kills off this Nexus as well, it's just over. It's just dead. Dead and buried. Warp Gates is finished, so he may be able to hold it off, but how far behind would he possibly be? I mean, you know, just mix a few Zealots in, his opponent doesn't have speed right now. So, oh well. What do we have going? Looks like all these dying. Queen coming out to spread a bit of creep as well. What was I lost against? Knighten. What? Well, Knighten's pretty good, so nobody gives Knighten the credit he deserves. Even before DreamHack, nobody gives him the credit he deserves. So he will be able to kill off a lot of these Zerglings. Finally, they do die and they will be stabilized. But a load more Zerglings is going to be able to come in from the back here. Needs to throw down some force field right there. Oh. Okay, so one force field works pretty nicely. But the other force field not as nice. So he's going to be able to stabilize off the back of this. And actually, you know, now that I'm saying it, he's not as far behind as you would have thought. I guess, well, I mean, he is far behind, and he's going to be spreading creep, and that's not actually going to die forever. But he's only 10, well, okay, 15 workers behind now. And speed has not finished up, he's just on the creep, so that's okay. But yeah, so, unfortunately... Oh, I see why. My chat wasn't even scrolled down to the very bottom, so I wondered why everyone was saying random things. So, how do you counter that as Protoss? How do you counter what as Protoss? Nidus Worm? You just have good scouting. If you see a Nidus Worm pop up in the back of your base, you can kill it with probes. If you're not on about that, then I don't care. Okay, so, Zerglings constantly being annoying here. What is Mr. KenZy doing behind this? He's expanding again. He's going down. Yeah, if it's a Nidus Worm, you just have full coverage on your base with pylons. And you pull probes whenever you see a Nidus. Easy peasy. And then your opponent's wasted like so much. Yeah, also, yeah, sentries. If you have sentries there, you can just like put them around things like that. It's awesome. So he is going to push out, trying to do a little bit of damage. He knows his opponent can't have too much of an economy, but oh dear me, another Nidus Worm going down. Yeah. Oh, but this time with roaches, and his opponent only has zealots and sentries. Yeah, but if you forge band, you can't know when the Nidus is coming. You just always take precautions regardless. Like, even if it's anything, you always have full coverage on your base with pylons as quickly as physically possible. So he will be able to get in here with the roaches, and he will be able to clean this up. Queen does go down, so I mean he's limiting his opponent's lava somewhat. These guys can go back to mining now, get cleaned up easily. And now, once these guys get cleaned up, the Roach is going to head back into the Nidus Worm, no doubt. Going to be able to put on a bit of pressure. So, back to the Nidus Worm we go. Nidus, man. What happens in there? What happens in there? They go really quickly. Like roaches moving really, really fast. You know those tubes on Futurama? That's exactly what I see happening. Those tubes that people use to transport themselves around. Yeah. So he's constantly spreading the creep out, and another Nidus Worm going down in the main. Oh dear me. So this Zealot doesn't see what's going on, but he's like, ah! Okay, so now this is really, really bad. GG, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. And we'll be back in just a second.